Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today me and Beth are going to our biggest competition yet. So I'm doing dressage and cross country, clear cross country, and Beth's just doing the cross country. Hopefully we're going to make it to a one-day event in about a week's time, so this is going to be a little trial run and see how things go. So come with us. Okay guys, so first up was dressage. This is the Prelim 7 test, and Cruz was very vocal throughout this entire test, which was rather irritating, but it is something he tends to do, either particularly at Ealing Lodge or particularly when Beth and Tosca with us. He continues to call to him all the time, and to any other horse that's happy to listen really. But yeah, let's get on with the test. So first is A, enter and work in trot and proceed down the centre line without halting. C, track left. We scored a 6 there with the comments drifting right and rather inattentive. H, working trot around the arena to A. We scored a 6.5. Pleasing steps but rather inattentive and hollow. FXH is change the rein and working trot, and we scored our first 7 of the test here. The comment was hollow. H, working trot around the arena to A, and we scored another 6.5 here. The comment is could be suppler and more attentive, which yeah, I agree, especially in that corner there. You can really see he's not bending him, he's kind of got his head in the air. A, circle right 20 metres diameter, and on the circle working canter right between X and A. We scored a 6.5 for this mark with the comment a little reluctant and hollow to canter, which I totally agree with, and you can clearly see it there. I sat and asked, but he just didn't go, so he took a little bit of persuading, I think just probably because he was so distracted, to be honest. So next was A, working canter around the arena between B and F, working trot, and then FAK, working trot. We scored a 6 here with the comments pleasing steps but lacking suppleness and balance. Also my transition was after F. Okay. Yeah, I was struggling to get him back once I kept him going, I think because I was so keen to keep him then moving forward. But yeah, totally understand that. And then K, medium walk, E, turn right, B, track left, and M, working trot, which we scored a 7 for. Pleasing steps but poking nose. C, circle left 20 metres diameter, and on the circle between X and C, working canter left. We scored a 6.5. Lacking suppleness and little hurried before transition. C, working canter around the arena between B and M, working trot. We scored a 6.5 with the comment inattentive. C, medium walk. HB, change the rein in a free walk on a long rein, and B, medium walk. We scored a 6.5 with the comment needs to stretch consistently. He's actually really good at a free walk at home, so I think it was just he was so distracted he wasn't really thinking about stretching and relaxing, to be honest. So something to work on in a competition environment, I think. Then F, working trot. A, down the centre line. G, halt, immobility, salute. And we scored 6.5 with the comment could be straighter. Rhythm we got 7, suppleness we got 6, contact 6.5, rider position 7, rider result 7. And the comment was some very nice paces when paying attention, just needs to be listening to you throughout, which I completely agree with. Yeah, it's a bit of one of those, sometimes he does and sometimes he doesn't, so something to practice more on. So we scored 65.9%, so I'm happy with that mark. But now on to cross country. So guys, Ben is picking us up as we've just gone over fence 3. He did 1 to 3 all really well and listened to me and came back to me in between. This time I wanted to work on getting a little bit more speed in between, so trotting and cantering, trying not to fall back to walk mainly. Yeah, that was the goal for this one, try and make it a little bit more flowing, I suppose. And as you can see, we're over fence number 4. and he's away. And I'm not quite sure what happened between 4 and 5. For those who have already been to Wheel & Lodge, you'll know that the 50 is coming up on my right, and I just had a bit of a steering malfunction. I'm not sure if I wasn't fully concentrating or because I let him go so much he just wasn't really aware of my aids, and yeah, we kind of just went the wrong way, so I pulled a circle and then headed back over to number 5 again. Then as you can see, we're off into the woods. I did bring him back to a trot here, and then we pop over number 6, which is out of shot because it's behind the trees, but Ben picks us up again after number 6, and as you can see, he's absolutely flying. I don't know what it is about this strip, but he always absolutely legs it. So I wanted to keep a little bit of a faster pace but not be uncontrolled, so I kept the canter for a little bit and then brought him back to a trot to go through the water. Every time we've previously done it, I've walked through. I don't know why, because I'm not even worried that he's worried about the water. I think it's more just been because I've been a bit nervous and thinking about what's next. So this time we had a little trot through, and then he wanted to canter again, so I let him have a little canter until we got to the bottom of the steps, and then tried to bring him back to a trot around about here, just so I was ready for the steps. And the next fence is coming up, which are 9 and 10 I think, which are the ones that start to go downhill, and I start to lose him a little bit, so I wanted to make sure I could get him back by then. So again, Ben kind of loses me here, but on the far left you can see fence number 10 I think it was, which we managed to do fine. But yeah, between 10 and 11 I just can't get him back to me, so again I did a little circle, brought him back to me, and then we carried on. And then here we're just going into the woods, which he likes to go quite quickly for, but there's just a log through there, and then as you can see we have another canter out. The jumps from this clip are all pretty much behind the trees, so you can't really see, but there's a little school bench, I think somewhere here, and then we're coming up to the scary fence, or as I call it, the scary fence, which is like a bit of a brush, which at camp I was a bit worried he was going to over jump, but I don't think he actually did, so I was determined that this time round I wanted to pop over it, so you might be able to see the bigger ones there. But yeah, that's us going over, and then again, as you can see, he's absolutely flying, and we're about to come up to the killer hill where I need him to slow down and concentrate on the jumps. So I'm pulling for my life, getting ready for the next ones. It's quite a hard mix, I personally think, to get a good mix between like a good flow and keeping him moving and having any control whatsoever, because I think Cruz just knows his job so well, he just wants to run fast. And obviously for the majority I'm still trotting and popping, but hopefully that'll be something we align on a little bit more maybe next season. But yeah, jump that one, and then he's kind of free to go up the hill, so I thought I'll let him go a bit, Abbie. And as you can see, I may have let him go a little bit too much. Which then unfortunately did mean I didn't have hold of him again for the next one. I mean, I'm sure he'd go, but he might not go with me, so I might end up on the floor. So I pulled a little circle again and then reapproached. And then as you can see, that's us over the last couple in sight. And then we're just, I think there's one more and then we're through the finish lines. So yeah, really happy with our round this time around. Good boy, Cruz. Hi guys, so it's a few days after the event, just wanted to give a little debrief. So overall I was really happy with our dressage. I think that was either our best or second best mark that we've received dressage wise, and we're kind of consistently getting the same comments and getting kind of on average 6.5, some 6s, some 7s. So I think the next step for us now is over winter to really try and work on his contact, getting him consistent in that and improve his suppleness. So I think that'll be the main things I'll be working on over winter, hopefully ready for next season. And then cross country wise, again, really happy with him. I was so much less nervous this time around than last time, so that made me feel so much better. I just got to the start box. I did what I've been told at camp, just kept walking him around the start box. He did know it was what it meant though, and he did keep trying to leave the start box, bless him, rather fast. But I just stayed calm. I managed to trot out this time, which is an improvement from my last couple, where I've walked out and kind of walked almost all the way to fence 1. So we trotted out. Fences 1, 2, 3 and 4 all went really well. Fence 5, as you'll see on the footage, I just had a little bit of a malfunction. I'm not really sure what happened. I just felt like I couldn't steer him the way I was trying to go. I think he was a little bit too excited. I think just because I've been trying to let him go a little bit more, so maybe I let him go a little bit too much and then didn't feel like I had the control, so I had to kind of stop and pull a bit of a circle to 5. But 5 and 6 went really well. Then we even did a little bit more of a canter and a trot between fences 6, and I think 7 was the water and 8 was the step. So we went a little bit faster through there, which I was really happy with. Unfortunately, we're having the same problems at fence 9 to 10. So I think 10 is the wiggly log, and they're kind of downhill from each other and just quite close, and I can never get him to slow down enough to get over that one. So I'm kind of in the process of trying to understand all the BE rules in terms of if I can do 9, do a circle and then jump 10, which I think I can, but I'm not 100% sure, so I need to have a look at that. And then yeah, storm through the woods. Again, I let him go a little bit more, and this time we jumped the like a brushy type thing, which we did once at camp as well, but kind of from a walk then directly went over it quite quickly, whereas this time I kept more of a trot and then popped over it, but he was good as gold. And yeah, as keen as ever to go up the hill, as I'm sure you'll see, which did then mean that I couldn't get a good shot to the barrels, to the brush, just because I'm still not confident enough, to be honest, to canter. I think I need to get to the stage where my confidence is improving. I just need to get to the stage where I'm happy to go at a really slow canter, but particularly if there's 2 fences in a row, kind of like show jumping, it just makes me a little bit nervous, because if he jumps one and over jumps it, which he can do from a canter sometimes, then it kind of gives me a bad shot to the next one and makes me want to pull out. So yeah, but fingers crossed. But overall, really happy with the day. Had an absolute fab day, and we're now on the countdown because we're going to our first ever event soon, so stay tuned for that vlog. See you guys, thanks for watching, bye.